Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm coming to you live from the gym here at the Cambridge Ringe and Latin School in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Here to bring you some high school boys basketball between the hosting Cambridge Falcons and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. I'm sure some of you saw my message in the live chat about the Wi-Fi connection. I tried connecting to my usual phone hotspot, and it was having a lot of trouble. I mean, I almost considered going to Coach Valentine and asking if he just didn't want to pay me for this and just have me go home if it just wasn't worth the money to him or to you guys. It was looking so bad. But I talked to the Cambridge AD. He came through clutch. He connected me to one of their networks, and it's looking much better now. So I got high hopes now for this stream, just as I always got high hopes for the game itself. Brookline High coming in 7-0, undefeated so far this season, as they just finished off a 9-point win over Brockton on Sunday, 64-55. So this should be a good one. And I hope you guys are ready for a good one as well. In the meantime, let's take a look at the rosters for today's contestants. We'll start with the hosts, the Cambridge Ringe and Latin High School Falcons. Going in order of jersey number, first off we have a junior co-captain, number 1, Peter Lutzenheiser. Next up, a senior co-captain, number 3, Aiden Olivier Louis. A junior, number 4, Nazi Reed. A senior, number 5, Gerard Jones. A sophomore, number 11, Troy Miller. A senior co-captain, number 12, Remy Williams-Gerard. A senior, number 15, Larice Martin. A freshman, number 21, Amos Silvera. A senior, number 22, Ryan Augustine. A junior, number 23, Dante Santiago. A senior, number 25, Theodore Richards. A junior, number 30, Federic Montalvo Lugo. A senior, number 35, Josiah McNeil. A junior, number 44, Tony Tabor. And finally, a sophomore, number 55, Jeffrey White. Head coach of the Cambridge Ringe and Latin boys basketball team is Gio Rodriguez, with assistant coaches Derek Harris, Pierre Francois, and David Hintlian. Also a special shout out to the Cambridge Ringe and Latin athletic director Thomas Aria for helping me to fix my Wi-Fi problems. As I said before, this is looking like it's going to be a much smoother stream, and boy am I happy about that. Now let's take a look over at the visiting undefeated 6th ranked Brookline High Warriors. Going in order of jersey number, starting off, we have a sophomore and the birthday boy turning 16 today. Happy birthday to Andrew Alexienko. Next up on the roster, we have a senior, number 2, Sean Ebanks. A senior co-captain, number 10, Zach Solom. A senior, number 12, Jake Edwards. A junior, number 14, Taj Horowitz. A junior, number 15, Mikhail Hayes. A junior, number 21, Zach Weissman. A junior, number 22, Jalen Haynes. A senior, number 23, Jaden Mazzara. A senior co-captain, number 25, Devani Perez. A senior, number 33, Jack Stanton. And lastly, a senior, number 34, Obi Ukamadu. Head coach of the Brookline High boys basketball team is Courtney Valentine, with assistant coaches Malcolm Wynn, Scott Huggins, and Renato Andrade. And we got an update from our resident Brookline superfan, Yuli Burstein. Team's ranked number 4th now. Oh, I got to stay up to date on my my Boston Globe rankings. Thanks, my man, Yuli. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I can't seem to pull up the rankings here on my computer. Don't know what that's about. But I will take your word for it. And coming in, a fellow sophomore superstar, and oops. Like I said, coming in the live chat, a fellow sophomore superstar and a state champion at that, Amon Bochelle. Come on, you Brookline boys. And Andrew's B-Day, by the way. And he's right, as I said, a happy birthday to Andrew Alexienko, who turns the Sweet 16 today. And he comes into his birthday game riding a hot streak. He's been the team's leading scorer each of their past 2 games, as he had an electric weekend. On Friday against Wachusett, he put up 16 points, including some clutch buckets in the 4th quarter, a really big 3. Just as the team had lost a lead that it had held all game, he hit a 3 to immediately give them back the lead, and they never gave up that lead again the rest of the way. And then, of course, Sunday afternoon against Brockton, he went wild for a team-leading 19 points, including 2 dunks. One-handed slam that also drew the foul for an and one on a fast break off a nice steal and assist from Jack Stanton after an effective defensive trap forced a bad pass. And then in the 4th quarter, as time was winding down and Brookline was trying to put him away, nice combined trap defense from Alexienko and Devani Perez set them on a fast break. And Perez, ever the unselfish distributor, set up his teammate Alexienko for a nice alley-oop. You don't see those plays a lot in high school. That was fun to watch. So the only question you've really got at this point is, what are they going to show us next? This has been a very fun team to watch, very exciting. You know, they bring it in all different kinds of ways. They got players with all different kinds of strengths, you know. So, yes, Alexienko has been the leading scorer the past couple of games. It might be a different leading scorer this time. You never know. And what's crazy is you never know from quarter to quarter who it's going to be because, yes, overall, Alexienko led the way offensively for Brookline on Sunday, but in the first quarter, the leader was Zach Solom. In the third quarter, it was Mikhail Hayes. You know, different players come alive in different situations for this team, and that's part of what makes it so strong. And in the live chat from Justin Jackson, we got a little fun fact. The junior for Cambridge Ringe in Latin, number 4, Nazi Reed, was on Brookline last year. Appreciate that fact, Justin. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. And, you know, nice to see an old Brookline player. You know, certainly, as we got a question from Matin Niktaj. What number is Zach Solom again? That number is 10. Zach Solom, the senior co-captain, number 10. You know, and he's certainly one of plenty of players to watch out for on this Brookline squad. You know, he and Devani Perez, both very smooth shooters from the outside. Like I said, Devani Perez, a great distributor and a great on-ball defender as well. Of course, we know the immense talents of Andrew Alexienko. He's been showing those off all season long. And of course, we know how potentially dangerous Mikhail Hayes is. If the opposing team switches to more of a man defense and Brookline is allowed to spread the floor and give Hayes those driving lanes, he'll just take over. Like, you can't let him have that. He's just going to take over. But then the problem is if you start packing it inside, then they just keep kicking it out to Perez and Solom. And, you know, even Hayes and Alexienko have some deep ball capabilities. It's not an easy team to stop. As the pregame clock is coming to an end, we are about to get this one underway. Once again, my name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Happy to bring you live coverage of this high school boys basketball contest between the visiting Brookline High Warriors and the hosting Cambridge Ringe and Latin Falcons. If you enjoy the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button. I see a few people have already. Thank you for that. Subscribe to the channel to see all of my upcoming broadcasts. Stay up to date on that. You know, keep things going in the live chat. I love seeing people getting active in the live chat. And we're about to get this one underway. Here comes the PA announcer. Here comes the starting lineups. First for the visitors, Brookline. First off is number 1, Andrew Alexienko. The man celebrating his Sweet 16 out here on the hardwood. Next up is the senior co-captain, number 10, Zach Solom. Next up is number 15, Mikhail Hayes. Next up, the other senior co-captain, number 25, Devani Perez. And then lastly, number 33, Jack Stanton. And now here come the starters for Cambridge. First off, number 1, Peter Lutzenheiser. Number 3, Aiden Olivier Louis. Number 11, Troy Miller. Number 12, Remy Williams-Gerard. And then number 55, Jeffrey White. So 2 sophomores in the starting lineup for Cambridge with Miller and White as we now get ready for the national anthem. There was the national anthem, and we are about ready to get this one underway. Once again, the starters for today for Brookline, we have Alexienko, Solom, Hayes, Perez, and Stanton. For Cambridge, Ridge and Latin, we have Lutzenheiser, Olivier Louis, Miller, Williams, Gerard, and White. Teams lining up for the opening tip. The birthday boy, Andrew Alexienko, taking the tip-off for Brookline. And it looks like number 11, Troy Miller, will be taking the jump ball for Cambridge. Cambridge going to the left, Brookline going to the right. Opening tip underway. It goes right to Mikhail Hayes. Brookline has the first possession. Thrown over to Perez. Down low to Alexienko. He's got the lane already and one. Get ready to see that connection a lot if they're going to give openings like that. Perez to Alexienko, the great senior co-captain distributor and the talented sophomore finisher. And in and out, no good. Rebound collected by Cambridge. This is number 12, Remy Williams-Gerard, sending it up top to number 1, Peter Lutzenheiser. He now hands it off to number 3, Aiden Olivier Louis. Now over to Troy Miller, number 11 on the left wing. Looking around, starts to dribble. Up top, starting to go in, and it's poked away. Loose ball, he recovers it, passes it over to an open Lutzenheiser, fires the shot, no good, rebound by Perez. Perez, a quick pass aimed at Alexienko, broken up and lost out of bounds, but they say last touched by Cambridge. Perez was looking for that same cut to the hoop for Alexienko, but just broken up at the last second. Solom looking for the inbound, floats it up to Alexienko, who turns around and passes it back over to Solom. Solom on the right wing, throws it down low to Stanton, juggled it for a bit, but now he's backing down, kicks it back out to Alexienko. Alexienko starts to dribble, loses the ball, but recovers. Now a throw over to Hayes. Hayes starts running in, kicks it out to Alexienko, goes for three, no good. Rebound by Solom, gets it to Perez. Now down low to Alexienko, and easy lay-in for Alexienko as he kind of flattened his defender there, no foul. 4-0, the early Brookline lead. Now Lutzenheiser with the ball, passes it over to Miller. Miller from up top, no good. Rebound collected by Williams-Gerard, pass to Miller. Miller cuts it out to White. White, the baseline jumper, hits it. Jeffrey White with the first points for the Falcons. 4-2 is now the Brookline lead. Perez swings it over to Solom. Solom almost loses the ball, but it is a travel. Good help defense by Aiden Olivier Louis. Forced that mishandle by Solom, which became a travel. Inbound to Olivier Louis. Swings it over to Williams-Gerard, and now over to Lutzenheiser. Up top to Miller, fires from three, no good. Rebound Alexienko, gives it to Perez. Long pass to Hayes. Hayes decides to dribble in, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound by Alexienko. Alexienko turns around, tries to post up, and he does. The birthday boy already taking off 6 points as Troy Miller loses the ball, and they're going to say last touched by Perez, and it stays with the Falcons. 6-2, the Brookline lead. All 6 Brookline points coming from the man celebrating his Sweet 16 today, Andrew Alexienko. 5:46 on the clock, as you can see on the scoreboard. Olivier Louis looking for the inbound, gives it to White. White with the only basket for Cambridge so far. Pass. Oh, that's an easy takeaway for Perez. Fast break. Layup in. And a timeout called by Cambridge. As soon as that pass was thrown, I was like, oh, that's gone. I could tell just by looking at him, Devontae Perez had that read about a mile away. And when you give him an easy pick like that, I mean, like I said, he's one of the better on-ball defenders for Brookline. He'll clog up those passing lanes. He'll make it hard to dribble for the ball handlers. He's a very skilled all-around player. It's unfortunate the only stats I'm really able to keep track of while doing play-by-play and operating the camera, I'm only able to keep track of points for Brookline because Perez's abilities are never going to show out on the points sheet because he does a little bit of everything. You know, he gets those steals like that. He gets those nice assists like he did on the first basket for Alexienko. So I feel like I got to take time sometimes to rant a little bit about that. David Silberg and Amon Boschel saying that Jack Stanton versus Jeffrey White may get interesting down low, but Boschel reminding us that no one can stop Drew. And David Silberg saying Devani and Drew are a great 1-2 punch. I can't really argue with that. Those of you who follow me on Instagram, you probably saw the highlights I posted from the Brockton game. 5 highlight-worthy buckets from Alexienko in his 19-point performance. And I only realized after I collected all of them, 3 of those 5 were assisted by Perez. Those two just have a knack for finding each other. 8-2 the score in favor of Brookline as Cambridge trying to find some offense. This is Jeffrey White driving in, kicks it out to Olivier Louis. He starts to dribble in, kicks it out to Lutzenheiser. Now over to Miller, back to Lutzenheiser. Lutzenheiser spins, goes to the hole. No good, but he draws the foul. That foul called on Devani Perez. That'll be his first personal first for Brookline. And it looks like they're saying it was before the shot. So it'll simply be an inbound for the Falcons. Olivier Louis looking around, throws it in to Lutzenheiser. Lutzenheiser dribbling up top, swings it over to Olivier Louis. Down low to White. White backing down, looking for an opening, gets stuffed by Stanton. Devani Perez now dribbling with it for Brookline off the great block by Jack Stanton. And now a jumper, no good. Rebound by White. White running in transition, throws a long pass. Devani Perez says no. Now running in transition, kicks it to Solom. Solom the floater, nice rim bouncing in. 10-2. Off another steal and assist from Perez. Somebody else keep track of those stats as Zach Solom gets the 2 points off the floater. Driving in, this is number 44, goes for the lay-in, no good. And Devani Perez pokes the rebound loose. Running with it, kicks it to an open Alexienko for 3. Oh, count it, 9 in the first quarter for the birthday boy. 13-2. Olivier Louis running with it, kicks it out to Miller. Miller dribbling, has to try and get a pass away, almost lost out of bounds. They recover and get it to Lutzenheiser. Now over to White. White starts dribbling in, poked at, blocked again, but this time not cleanly. That one is going to be called against Jack Stanton, his first, team's second. Jeffrey White will go to the line to shoot 2. He's got Cambridge's only 2 points so far. First one is front rammed, no good. So by my count, Devani Perez already has at least 2 steals and 3 assists. You know, just to keep track of the guy who does everything along the box score. Andrew Alexienko, of course, exploding already with 9 points here in the first. As the second free throw is in and out, White goes 0 for 2. 13-2 remains the score in favor of Brookline. Pass over to Hayes. Hayes looking around, up top to Perez. Over to Solom. Down low to Alexienko. Oh, he's going to take that all day, but he misses it. Loose ball is picked up by Hayes on the rebound. Brookline just gets to reset. Hayes starts dribbling in, goes for a shot, in and out, no good. Rebound Stanton. Stanton with the putback. And another timeout called by Cambridge. 15-2 is the Brookline lead. From Theo Murray, DP might get a triple-double. And from David Silberg, Devani reminds me of Jason Kidd, one of my all-time faves. High praise, but very worthy praise, I would say, with what Perez is able to do all over the floor. You know, and I'm glad that that we don't let that get buried behind some of the more explosive talents of Brookline, because it can be very easy to just say, oh, Alexienko is great. He is great, but they've got some other great pieces around him, you know. And it could be easy to say, Mikhail Hayes, when he takes over, he is unstoppable. And that's also true. But Devani Perez, the consistency and the polish on his game and the all-around capability of it. And let's not forget Zach Solom, another senior co-captain with a very polished game. You know, an old reliable you can go to when other guys are covered up. You know, and that's the thing. Perez and Solom, unselfish seniors who don't mind being that second or third option behind some of the more explosive athletes. It's a really special team. 15-2, the Brookline lead. Olivier Louis goes to the hoop. No good. Rebound by Stanton. Can't forget to mention Jack Stanton as Brookline takes over on the offense. Hayes loses the ball. It's poked loose, recovered by Olivier Louis, but Perez takes it, tries to throw it down low, intercepted. Turnovers as Olivier Louis throws it, juggled and lost, but then given to Lutzenheiser. Lutzenheiser, the jumper, no good. Rebound, Alexienko. Now Alexienko running with it. 15-2 still the score. Gives it to an open Hayes. Hayes dribbling with it from the left wing. Pulling back. Looking around. Starts to drive in. Goes for the running floater. No good, but draws the foul. So Mikhail Hayes will now be at the free throw line shooting 2. First one off the mark. That foul, by the way, was called against Peter Lutzenheiser. His second, team's second. We got some subs that I failed to mention for Cambridge in the swiftness of the action here. Among the new players on the floor, number 44, Tony Tabor, number 23, Dante Santiago, and number 15 as the second free throw is missed, but Stanton fights for it, but he steps on the line. Brookline now has their first sub checking in. This is number 23, Jaden Mazzara. He replaces Mikhail Hayes. The inbound goes to number 35, Josiah McNeil. McNeil across half court. Dribbling up top against Mazzara. Swings it over to Troy Miller. Miller turning around, hands it off, and now swung back over to McNeil. Now pass over to Santiago. Santiago dribbles in, goes for the shot, and hits it over Perez. That ends an 11-0 run for Brookline as the lead is now 15-4. Pass from Solom to Mazzara, up top to Perez. Perez dribbles in, goes for the lay-in, hits it, and the foul. Almost a charge call, it looked like one of the refs was getting ready to signal, but it's a defensive foul against number 44, Tony Tabor. We got another sub for Brookline, number 14, Taj Horowitz, replacing Jack Stanton, as Perez gets ready for the and one. (17-4), the Brookline lead. And now make it 18. 5 points this first quarter for Devani Perez. Long inbound to Miller, and he has it poked away, almost loses it, but recovers, runs, passes. Oh, it's juggled and lost by Martin. Now a pass to Tabor. Tabor turns around and gets fouled. That foul is going to be against Zach Solom. That should be his first, team's third. Inbound coming from McNeil. McNeil inbounds to Santiago. Santiago dribbles in, goes for an awkward shot, no good. Rebound collected by Tabor, goes for a shot and gets fouled. That's going to be against Perez. That should be his second. Brookline's fourth foul. Tony Tabor at the line shooting 2. First one is through. That makes it 18-5 as a sub checks in for Brookline. Number 22, Jalen Haynes, replacing Devani Perez. Second free throw is also in, 18-6. And we got a sub checking in now for Cambridge. This is number 12, Remy Williams-Gerard, returning to the floor, replacing number 15, Larice Martin. 18-6, Brookline working against a press. Inbound Alex Yanko back to Horowitz. Horowitz just going to take it across half court and hand off to Mazzara. Mazzara up top, gives it over to Haynes. Now over to Solom. Solom dribbling. Now hands it off to Mazzara. Mazzara throwing it down low to Alex Yanko. Broken up. Out of bounds. It stays with Brookline. 18-6 the Brookline lead. Minute 20 here in the first. Horowitz looking for the inbound. Floats it up to Alex Yanko. He catches it. Just goes for it. No good. Rebound being fought for. It's a loose ball on the ground. And it looks like it was called a jump ball, and possession arrow goes to Cambridge. Inbound given to Dante Santiago. Dribbling with it on the right wing. Starts to dribble in, hits traffic and cuts it out to Williams-Gerard. Williams-Gerard now starts to dribble in. Pass over to Santiago. Santiago hits a wall. Over to Williams-Gerard. Shot. Rolls in. Good off-ball movement on the give and go as they cut the lead down to 10. 18-8. Jalen Haynes bringing it up for Brookline. Swings it over to Solom. Solom looking around. Starts to dribble in. Goes for the layup. Hits it. And it looks like they're going to call the defensive foul. Trying to see if they indicate who that foul was against. It's number 12, Remy Williams-Gerard. Zach Solom, now with 4 points this quarter, will go to the line shooting 2. 20-8 is the Brookline lead. And now checking in, number 2, Sean Ebanks. He replaces Andrew Alexeyenko. The and one from Solom rolls out. If there's one thing this Brookline team really has to work on going forward, it is the free throw shooting. As Santiago runs the floor and hits the layup, 20-10. Haynes bringing it up for the Warriors, gives it over to Horowitz. Horowitz throws it to Solom. Solom almost loses it, but recovers it. Gives it back over to Mazzara. Mazzara dribbling, swings it over to Haynes in the corner. Haynes looking around, less than 10 seconds left. Long three from Mazzara, off the mark, no good. Rebound collected by Santiago. Throws in transition to Tabor. That throw deflected and picked off by Mazzara, and he launches one nowhere near it. It's the end of the first quarter here at Cambridge Ringe and Latin School in Cambridge, Massachusetts. The score after one, Brookline 20, Cambridge 10. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Music Go Round, New England's largest retailer of used musical equipment. Located on Route 9 in Natick, Music Go Round prides itself on the quality of its used products and the fair prices it offers to its customers, whether they're buying, selling, or trading in their used gear. Reuse, recycle, and rock. Visit Music Go Round, located on Route 9 in Natick, or go online at mgrboston.com to find out more. Once again, that's mgrboston.com. Stop by, have some fun, and be sure to thank them for sponsoring this broadcast. And I do mean that. It's always good to support local businesses, and I appreciate, I appreciate the folks that are generous enough to sponsor my broadcast, so I hope they get the support they deserve in return. Theo Murray out here roasting his own coach and his old coach in the chat. Coach V looking like a blue raspberry slushie. No comment. We start the second quarter. My goodness. Inbound goes back to Hayes. Mikhail Hayes dribbling up top, swings it over to Andrew Alexienko. It's poked away, but not cleanly. That's going to be a reach-in foul against Toby Tabor. The score, as you can see on the scoreboard, is 20-10. Brookline leads. Solom looking for the inbound, gives it to Hayes once again. Hayes dribbles, crosses over towards the middle, kicks it out to Alexienko in the corner. No good on the corner three. Rebound by Hayes. Throws it down low now to Alexienko. Fakes, goes for the shot. Well blocked for the jump ball. A good move down low by Tony Tabor. Possession arrow to Cambridge. I mean, it's crazy because you can't even say that Brookline did anything wrong on that. That was just a really heads-up defensive move. Cambridge bringing it up. This is Dante Santiago throwing it up top to Remy Williams-Gerard. Now over to Josiah McNeil. He loses the ball, and after a ricochet, it's recovered by Jack Stanton. Solom long pass to Alexienko. Alexienko dribbling in, backing down, looking around, swings a pass, gets it to Haynes in the corner. Haynes from the corner, no good. Rebound Santiago. Santiago running with it. Goes to the hole, no good. Rebound by Alexienko. Throws it to Hayes in transition. Hayes going up, no good. Put back, no good again. Loose ball on the rebound, being chased after. Recovered by McNeil, thrown to Santiago, goes for the lay-in, hits it, and the foul. So after a little over a minute, we get the first bucket of the second quarter, scored by Dante Santiago. Foul is called against Mikhail Hayes, his first, Brookline's fifth. The end one is good, 20-13 after the three-point play by Dante Santiago. Hayes bringing it up now for Brookline. Setting the play in motion, he throws it to Alexienko, who almost loses it, but now dribbling in, almost loses again, kicks it out to Haynes. Haynes from the corner, no good again. Rebound by Stanton, put back, no good. And another rebound by Hayes. Hayes dribbles, almost loses the ball. It's recovered by Solom. Solom fires from up top. Swish! Hand in his face, and he hits the three. Zach Solom with ice in his veins to make it a 10-point game once again. Sent over to the corner to Troy Miller. Miller now dribbling from the wing. Starts to dribble in. Some nice moves to the hoop. Can't finish, though. And he can't finish on the putback, and now we've got a foul call. Zach Solom now with 7 points on the day after that tray. 23-13 is the score. Looking for the inbound, they get it to Olivier Louis, who runs in and out, no good. Rebound by Williams-Gerard. He can't make the putback, and Jack Stanton ripping the ball away from his hands and draws the foul. That foul against Williams-Gerard. You know, Jack Stanton, one of the quieter statistical players, And given the explosiveness and talent of the rest of the starting lineup for Brookline, it can be easy to forget him. But he really is kind of like the Kendrick Perkins of this team. You know, not going to light up the box score, but you're certainly happy he's out there to provide that big post presence. Mikhail Hayes dribbling with it. Starts to go in, kicks it out to Solom. Solom dribbles in, throws it out to Alexienko. Fires from the corner, no good. Rebound by Stanton. Stanton has it ripped away from him. Now, running in transition, Miller goes for the lay-in and hits it. 23-15. Solom throws it in to Stanton. Stanton backing down, goes for an awkward layup, no good. Rebound Alexienko, put back, no good. Rebound Stanton, put back, no good. Rebound Alexienko, loses it, recovers it, put back, this time good. That took about 5 tries, but eventually they hit it. McNeil running the floor, no good, but draws the foul. Andrew Alexienko now with 11 points after that, let's call it 5th chance bucket. And now after running the floor in a hurry, number 35, Josiah McNeil, will be shooting 2 for Cambridge. That foul was on Mikhail Hayes, his 2nd, Brookline's 7th. First free throw is no good, but important to note that Cambridge will be shooting the bonus for the rest of this half as a pair of subs check in for Brookline, number 23, Jaden Mazzara, and number 14, Taj Horowitz. As for Cambridge, number 25, Theodore Richards, seeing the floor for the first time. Second free throw also no good, but we've got a lane violation, it looks like, against Brookline, and so another attempt given to McNeil. It's not the first time this season those lane violations have been called against Brookline. And this time no good, and another lane violation. Or no, this time they called a lane violation on Cambridge? Yeah, they must have called it on Cambridge because now it's just an inbound for Brookline. Horowitz throws it in, broken up, goes right to Olivier Louis, blocked by Alexienko, but it's going to stay with Cambridge. They are guarding Alexienko tightly, and he's having trouble keeping his mitts on the ball this quarter with how tight the on-ball defense is. Olivier Louis, the long jumper, swish, and it's a three-pointer, 25-18. Mazzara dribbling with it for Brookline. Their lead cut down to 7. Pass over to Stanton, down low, broken up, and taken by Miller. Miller dribbling around, throws it down low to Tabor. It's poked away from behind by Solom and lost out of bounds. Score remains 25-18, 4:26 left here in the second quarter. Josiah McNeil looking around, inbounds to Olivier Louis. Aiden Olivier Louis from the free throw line hits it. 25-20. Cambridge has found their rhythm here in the second quarter as Brookline breaks the press. Zach Solom across half court, dribbles, kicks it out to Alexienko from 3, no good. Rebound by Olivier Louis. Olivier Louis running with it fast, and it deflects off Olivier Louis and out of bounds. Good defense by Mazzara and Solom. Cambridge has done a very good job picking up the pace and throwing the Brookline defense off rhythm. And the result shows on the scoreboard. The lead cut down to 5. Inbound to Haynes, given back to Horowitz. Horowitz dribbling across half court, now hands it off to Mazzara. Mazzara throws it over to Alexienko, poked away from him by Tabor. And now Alexienko dribbling with it, just has to throw it away to Mazzara. A little bit of miscommunication there, as now Mazzara dribbling with it, pulls back, throws it to an open Horowitz, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound was collected by Richards, given over to Tabor, and then Olivier Louis. Now the pass intercepted by Mazzara, in transition, over to Haynes. Haynes the layup, hits it. good steal and find by Mazzara, and Haynes finishes to make it 27-20. Now an open three from Miller, no good. Rebound Alexienko. Given over to Mazzara. 27-20. Jaden Mazzara throws it over to Alexienko. Alexienko sends it up top to Solom. Solom sends it down low to Alexienko. Turns around, puts up the shot, hits it, and the foul. "13 points. Alexienko now almost with as many points today as he has years on this earth. The young man turning 16 today, as he gives his team a 29-20 lead, trying to turn it back into double figures here with the and one. And can't do it. Rebound by McNeil. McNeil running the floor fast. Once again, kicks it over to Miller in the corner. Miller dribbling along the baseline, draws the foul. That foul is going to be against Jaden Mazzara. And this is going to send Miller to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. That'll be 8 fouls on the half for Brookline. First foul of the day for Jaden Mazzara. Troy Miller at the line shooting the 1-and-1. And the first one is good, so he will shoot the second one. 29-21. Both teams currently shooting the bonus. Second free throw from Miller. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound collected by Horowitz. Mazzara now bringing it up for the Warriors. They lead by 8. Throws it over to Haynes. Haynes fakes a couple times, starts to dribble in. Running floater. Gets the rim roll. Nice touch by Jalen Haynes. He's got 4 now. And Brookline has a 10-point lead. Mid-range jumper from McNeil, no good. Rebound collected by Solom. Mazzara again bringing it up. Throws it over to Solom, who almost loses it but recovers. Now a narrow pass to Horowitz, who cuts in for the lay-in. Nice pass by Zach Solom, and a good fight to the hoop by Taj Horowitz. 33-21 is the bench players stepping up for Brookline. This is now Miller on the wing. Tries to hand off, broken up by Horowitz, recovered by Solom, thrown to Haynes in transition. Haynes for the layup, hits it again! How about that second unit? Jalen Haynes and Taj Horowitz stepping up for Brookline. Horowitz on the defense against Santiago. He drives in, no good. Good help defense from Alexienko. Loose rebound. Horowitz refused to let it go. It's still being wrestled for. And a travel. What was that? That was nuts. That was scrappy basketball right there. That wasn't smooth or pretty. That was ugly and hard fought, and I loved it. 35-21 is the Brookline lead right now, as the Warriors have the ball off the forced turnover. Thrown over to Alexienko in the corner. His pass deflected, but could not be kept in bounds. 8 points off the bench in this quarter alone between Jalen Haynes and Taj Horowitz. Jaden Mazzara dribbling up top. And he throws it over to Solom. Solom for 3, hits it! Zach Solom now with 10 off the assist from Jaden Mazzara. Olivier Louis running with it, kicks it out to the corner to number 5, Gerard Jones. Thrown down low, poked away by Alexienko, and recovered by Mazzara. Now it's lost by Mazzara. A fight for the loose ball. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to say Cambridge ball. Tabor looking for the inbound, gives it to Miller. Miller starts dribble in, pulls up for the mid-range. In and out, no good. Rebound collected by Haynes. Haynes running with it. Gets sandwiched, loses the ball, but it's recovered by Mazzara. Now thrown across to Haynes. Less than 30 seconds left. Haynes swings it over to Alexienko. He's dribbling with it, spins, goes in, finds an open Solom for the jumper, no good. Rebound by Santiago, throws it over to Tabor. Tabor, he's got an open lane to the hoop and hits the layup. 38-23, Brookline trying to get a shot off. Haynes running with it, fires. No good, air ball. 0.2 seconds on the clock as this half is about to end. We got a couple subs checking in for Brookline, Jake Edwards and Sean Ebanks for the last fraction of a second here in the second quarter. Last desperation heave is no good. We go into the half now. The score, Brookline 38, Cambridge 23. And now for a word from our sponsors. First, from Music Go Round. Music Go Round is the largest retailer of used musical equipment in New England, and is the perfect place to go for both buying and selling your used musical gear. Music Go Round prides itself on the quality of its used products, which are all tested and retested to ensure they're in great working condition and sold at a great price. And when you bring in your own equipment to sell or to trade, the store's certified buyers will offer you a fair price. They will explain the basis of the offer and even tell you how much they hope to resell it for, operating on a model of complete transparency. Reuse, recycle, and rock. Visit Music Go Round, located at 810 Worcester Street on Route 9 in Natick, or call the store for more information at 508-647-6874. Once again, that's 810 Worcester Street on Route 9 in Natick, or call 508-647-6874. And be sure to thank the folks at Music Go Round for sponsoring this broadcast. And now a word from our other sponsor today, Harvest Wealth Management. We have a message for all you parents out there listening to the game who are thinking about how you're going to pay for college for your young student athletes. It is never too early to start planning for college, especially if you think you will need financial aid. The average cost of a private 4-year college in the U.S. today is over $50,000 per year. And if your student is interested in one of the many top-tier colleges here in the Boston area, the cost could exceed $70,000 a year. But don't despair. There are many financial aid and other college funding strategies available to you to reduce your out-of-pocket college costs by tens of thousands of dollars per child per year. But you need to start early, be proactive, and learn the financial aid rules to take advantage of these strategies. Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts can help you realize your student's college dream. Harvest Wealth Management is a full-service financial planning firm. They specialize in helping families with college-bound children maximize their financial aid and utilize other tax-driven strategies to reduce college costs. For many families in the middle class today, it is impossible to save enough for their children's college education. Harvest Wealth Management believes it is not about saving more for college, but paying less. They can design a customized college funding strategy for your child and lead you through the financial aid process, which can be confusing and where mistakes can be costly. So don't stress. Call Oliver Shawley at Harvest Wealth Management, 781-902-0981, and ask for a complimentary meeting. Or visit them online at harvestwm.com to learn more. Again, that is Harvest Wealth Management, LLC, at 75 2nd Avenue, Suite 420, Needham, Massachusetts, 02494, or call 781-902-0981, or go online at harvestwm.com. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. Now for a word from a local charity, the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number has unfortunately not gone back down. Since March of 2020, the food pantry serves and has continued to serve an average of 650 to 700 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. The Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight to end hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and on Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to noon. Visit brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can volunteer with the pantry and help feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And remember, you can always see information about our paying sponsors and our local charities in the description of the videos. So you can see information about Music Go Round, about Harvest Wealth Management, and about the Brookline Food Pantry all in the description down below, as well as information about me, my personal website, jessesports.com, my email address if you want to contact me directly, jgms88@gmail.com, as well as a link to my Instagram account if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, see some of the highlights I post after the games that I broadcast. And as always, if you are enjoying the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all the games I will be broadcasting in the future, and keep that live chat going. I love seeing the audience engagement. In the meantime, in the last couple minutes of halftime here, I'll be taking a brief break off the headphones, but I'll be right back. Stay tuned. I am back, Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Cambridge Ringe and Latin High School in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Here bringing you some high school boys basketball action between the hosting Cambridge Falcons and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. The score through 2 periods, Brookline 38, Cambridge 23. Brookline was well in control of that first quarter, a brief period where their lead shrank down to 5, but they stepped up with some particularly good efforts from players off the bench like Jalen Haynes and Taj Horowitz, allowed them to re-find their footing, and they went into the half leading by 15. Andrew Alexienko, the 16-year-old birthday boy, leading the way for Brookline with 13 points, followed by 10 from Zach Solom, 6 from Jalen Haynes, 5 from Devani Perez, and 2 each from Jack Stanton and Taj Horowitz. Jack Stanton adds and now makes it 4 with a nice hook shot. 40-23, now the Brookline lead. And the pass almost picked off, but instead Olivier Louis kicks it out to Miller. Now back to Olivier Louis. Aiden Olivier Louis running the baseline. Pass deflected back to him, but his foot was on the line. Devani Perez doing Devani Perez things and clogging up passing lanes as he forces the turnover there. Perez dribbling around a pick, pulls back, goes for 3, no good. Rebound collected by Solom, hands off to Perez. Perez in the corner, dribbling with it, running the baseline, going for the floater, hits that one. 7 points now on the day for Devani Perez. The inbound to Aiden Olivier Louis. As he brings it up for Cambridge, hands off to Miller. Miller kicks it out to Lutzenheiser. Hand it off to Olivier Louis. Starts dribble in, and Jack Stanton forcing the jump ball. Possession is going to stay with Cambridge, I believe, as the possession arrow is pointed in their direction. But nice effort on the help defense by number 33, Jack Stanton. Inbound, misses, and lost out of bounds. Pass intended for Peter Lutzenheiser. Coming off the inbound from Nazi Reed. Devani Perez bringing it up, his team leading by 19, 42-23. Thrown into Alexienko, who decides to throw it out to Hayes. Hayes starts to dribble in, running floater, no good, in and out. Rebound kept in bounds by Remy Williams-Gerard. Throws it to Troy Miller, who dribbles in transition. Throws it back out to Williams-Gerard. Williams-Gerard dribbles in, running floater, no good. And a foul called on Jack Stanton. That'll be Stanton's second foul, first of the half for either team. Honestly, just for what it's worth, it looked more to me like a reach-in from Alexienko. Because, I mean, Stanton just kept his hands straight up. As they're checking now on Remy Williams-Gerard. As he gets ready for the first of 2 free throws. And it's off the mark. Second free throw is also no good. Rebound by Alexienko. Handed off to Perez. Pass to Stanton. Stanton going down low. Turning around. Kicks it out to Solom. Solom the mid-range. No good. Rebound by Miller. Is fought for and a foul called. That foul called on Zach Solom. That'll be his second, team's second. Inbound goes to Reed. Nazi Reed dribbling with it. Passes it over to Williams-Gerard. Now up top to Jeffrey White. White starts driving in, kicks it out to Troy Miller. Miller starts dribbling in, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound collected by Perez. Perez running in transition, chucks it to Alexienko, and it's poked away. And it looks like a foul is called. That's going to be against Remy Williams-Girard, his third, team's first. There'll be an inbound for Brookline as Solom throws it into Alexienko. Swung over to Hayes. Hayes throws it down low to Stanton. Stanton has it poked away by Reed. Reed throwing in transition to Lutzenheiser for the lay-in. No good. And Stanton couldn't quite keep it in bounds. So it'll stay with Cambridge. But Peter Lutzenheiser just spent a little too much time trying to figure out exactly where he was in relation to the hoop on that one. Couldn't quite finish. Inbound to Williams-Girard. He turns around, hands it off to Reed. Reed dribbles, pulls back, and decides to pass it out to Williams-Girard. Swung over now to Miller. Troy Miller drives in, kicks it to White. Good find by Troy Miller as Jeffrey White finishes on the lay-in. 42-25. Perez dribbling up top, starts to dribble in, steps back, long two, no good. Rebound is lost out of bounds, and they're going to say last touched by Brookline. Williams-Girard getting ready to inbound. And he throws it right to Hayes. Hayes running with it. Awkward lay-in, no good. Battle for the rebound, won by Williams-Girard. Now given over to Troy Miller. Miller running in, goes for the shot, no good. Well defended by Solom as Alexienko now runs with it in transition. Alexienko comes around, kicks it out to Hayes in the corner. Hayes, a long swing to Perez. Perez starts to dribble in and pulls back. Perez around the pick from Stanton, fires from three, no good. Rebound by Miller. Miller dribbling in transition now, running straight to the hole, kicks it to Reed. Reed blocked from behind, but not cleanly. Oh, and they're going to call the foul on Perez. That'll be his third, team's third. First free throw from Nazi Reed is off the mark as a substitution comes in for Cambridge. That's number 44, Tony Tabor, replacing Remy Williams-Girard. And now for Brookline, we have a substitution. Number 23, Jaden Mazzara comes in, replacing Mikhail Hayes. Reed's second free throw is good, 42-26. As the buzzer goes off for no reason and play just continues. That was weird. Perez swings it over to Alexienko, poked away but recovered by Mazzara. Mazzara running in, kicks it out to Perez. Perez from three, swish! Devani Perez now with 10 on the day. Reed dribbling with it, throws it to a cutting Miller. Miller, the awkward floater, no good. Lost out of bounds, Brookline ball. And another buzzer, this one legitimate for a substitution. This is number 23, Dante Santiago coming in, replacing Nazi Reed. And now for Brookline, number 22, Jalen Haynes, replacing Zach Solom. Perez across half court. Pick and roll with Alexienko is broken up by Lutzenheiser. Now Tabor running in transition and is blocked, but not before he travels. Jack Stanton, the big boy, running with him to force him to try and make the Euro step, and he doesn't execute it properly and ends up traveling. So with a timeout called, here's a look at the point totals for the Brookline players so far. Andrew Alexienko still leads the way with 13 points, all of them coming in the first half. Then Zach Solom and Devani Perez with 10 points each. Solom, all of them in the first half. Perez, half of his points coming here in the third quarter. Jalen Haynes with an impressive 6 points off the bench. Jack Stanton has added 4 of his own, and Taj Horowitz another 2. So all that adds up to a total of 45, as Brookline with a handy 45-26 lead over the Falcons. The game far from over, but Brookline on pace to collect their 8th straight win and remain undefeated. Perez throws it into Haynes, given back to Perez, and now given over to Mazzara. Mazzara swings it over to Perez, now given back to Mazzara. Mazzara, the baseline jumper, hits it! Jaden Mazzara with his first points of the day. Inbound gets to Santiago. Santiago across half court, passes it over to the corner to Troy Miller. Miller dribbling, hands it off to Santiago. Santiago starts dribbling in off a pick, pulls back, goes for 3, no good. Rebound Alexienko, throws to Mazzara. Mazzara dribbling in transition, pulls up from 3, swish! A quick 5 points from Jaden Mazzara. 50-26, the Brookline lead. Santiago over to Lutzenheiser. Lutzenheiser up top to White. White travels. We got a couple of subs for Cambridge, looks like. As it looks like they took out Miller and White. Mazzara throws it for Alexienko, juggled but collected. He floats it up for Stanton. Stanton turns around, lays it, no good. Loose ball on the rebound, collected by Remy Williams-Gerard. Hands it back to Aiden Olivier-Louis, now kicks over to Lutzenheiser. Lutzenheiser from 3, and he hits it. 50-29. Perez dribbling with it up top. Throws it over to Mazzara. Mazzara from 3 again. Almost hits it, but no good. Rebound collected by Santiago. Running with it. Tries to throw a pass. Stolen by Alexienko. Oh boy. In transition. Layup. Hits it. 15 points for Alexienko as he gets his first bucket of the second half. Pass over to Aiden Olivier-Louis. Shot is off the mark. Rebound Alexienko. Alexienko again running in transition. Still dribbling. Runs it. No good. Gets his rebound. Put back. And the foul. Andrew Alexienko just said, everybody out of my way. I'm taking care of this one myself. And it took a couple of tries, but he did take care of it. 17 points now for the birthday boy. As coming in for Cambridge, number 25, Theodore Richards. 54-29, 17 points on the day so far for Alexienko. In and out, no good. Rebound by Williams-Gerard, given over to Olivier-Louis, now over to Lutzenheiser. Lutzenheiser kicks it back out to Williams-Gerard. He starts to drive in, goes for the awkward layup, no good, gets his own rebound, is trapped, gets the pass out to Santiago, who drives in, kicks it out to Lutzenheiser from the corner, no good, rebound by Olivier-Louis, throws a long pass out to Williams-Gerard, drives in, awkward floater, no good, rebound collected by Alexienko. Pass to Mazzara. Mazzara floats one up, not quite there, and it's collected by Olivier-Louis. Brookline was going for style points there and just didn't have the opening. Lutzenheiser from 3, he hits it from the corner again. 54-32. Brookline with a very comfortable lead, up 22 points. Pass to Alexienko, he fires from 3, swish! Hand in his face, and Alexienko did not care. 57-32, and Alexienko has now reached 20. Santiago hands it off to Lutzenheiser. Lutzenheiser goes for a running floater, no good, gets his own rebound, put back, hits it. Peter Lutzenheiser coming alive for Cambridge here in the third as Mazzara kicks it out to Perez, fakes, three, no good. We are through three here at Cambridge Ringe and Latin School. The score through three quarters, Brookline 57, Cambridge 34. Andrew Alexienko, the sophomore, celebrating his Sweet 16 today, leads the way for Brookline with 20 points, which is crazy because it feels like he took a long break from scoring after absolutely exploding in the first quarter. And then he just puts together 7 points almost quickly in succession there in the third to now put it all the way up to 20. The co-captains, Zach Solom and Devani Perez, with 10 points each. And then some impressive outings off the bench. Jalen Haynes with 6, Jaden Mazzara with 5. The gritty forward, Jack Stanton with 4, and Taj Horowitz adding 2. And you know, I mentioned last week the second unit was kind of struggling to put points on the board. That has not been the case today. 13 points from Brookline's second unit. The bench players starting to find their rhythm, finding their shots. And this is the kind of confidence booster that you want for your second unit as you get ready for tougher games to come in the future. The inbound to Hayes to start the fourth. Hayes swings it over to Perez. Perez dribbling on the wing, escapes the double team, gets a pass off to Alexienko, who kicks it out to the corner. Now over to Haynes. Haynes from the wing, hits it! Jalen Haynes! He's been looking for that three ball for days. And he gets it there. He's now got 9 today. As that one is poked out of bounds by Mazzara, it'll stay Cambridge ball. That's a great thing to see for Brookline going forward. Jalen Haynes has been getting open looks on the three ball for several consecutive games, and he's been struggling to hit them. He hits that one there. That's the kind of thing where it's like, okay, this is the feel I'm looking for on that shot. And if that turns into him hitting more, he's going to seriously fly. As this rebound is collected by Hayes. Dribbling in transition, and he carries. So the turnover gives it back to the Falcons. 60-34 is the lead, a 26-point advantage for the fourth-ranked Warriors. As quick pressure, Hayes running in transition, easy lay-in. Great trap defense from Hayes and Perez to force the fast break bucket. Hayes with his first points today. Pass across half court is deflected and lost out of bounds. It'll stay with Cambridge. (62-34), the 28-point lead for Brookline as a timeout is called. Plenty of players for Brookline to tip your cap to in a dominant game like this one. And I'll tell you, after a string of close game after close game that Brookline has had, you know, something like this is really nice to see, because I watched game after game as this team would take big leads and then lose them and then have to come through clutch in the fourth quarter. This is a game where they've just been consistent quarter after quarter. There's never been a quarter where I think they've They've been outscored. I'm pretty sure they've outscored Cambridge every quarter so far and just continued to build their lead more and more. The closest thing that they had to a down stretch was early in the second quarter. They entered the quarter up by 10. At one point, the deficit was cut down to 5, and you wondered, oh, is this what's happening again? But then Brookline just adjusted and went into the half leading by 15, and they haven't looked back since. We know they can come through in the close games. We know they can adjust when things go wrong, but can they maintain their momentum when things are going right? And this game is showing that they can. Long inbound gets to Aiden Olivier-Louis. He pulls up from 3, no good. Rebound by Perez, given over to Hayes. Hayes throws it ahead to Alexienko. Alexienko travels. Score remains 62-34 in favor of Brookline as the inbound goes to Peter Lutzenheiser. Lutzenheiser across half court. Dribbles around a pick. Decides to give it over to Miller. Miller pulls up from the wing. Swish! 3 ball there from Troy Miller makes it 62-37. Jaden Mazzara now dribbling with it for Brookline. Gives it over to Perez. Perez starts to dribble in, gets trapped and throws a pass. And it's picked up and kicked out to Miller. Alexienko didn't want to pick that up for the backcourt. He thought maybe he could take it away from Theodore Richards. As now Olivier-Louis pulls up from 3 and hits it. Couple of threes from the Falcons cut the lead down to 22. 62-40. Mazzara running with it, kicks it to Alexienko in the corner. He spins, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound collected by Haynes. Haynes decides to give it up to Perez. Perez goes for the shot and gets it in. And a timeout is called. Not sure which team called it, but that bucket does give Devani Perez 12 points on the day. Good decision by Jalen Haynes after recovering a wild rebound. He had no angle to the hoop on that one, just decided to give it up to Perez, who in turn finished it there. Really not much else I can say at this point. It's a 24-point lead for Brookline, 5.5 minutes left in this one. Brookline well on its way to an 8-0 record. Here with what has probably been their most dominant game so far this season. They've had a lot of close, hard-fought contests. It was close for a lot of the game against Brockton. It was close against Wachusett. It was close against Newton North. It's been close against a lot of teams, really. And even if they've always managed to finish, like I said, a game like this really shows how much you can separate from the rest of the field, why you belong in that top 5 in the rankings. As Remy Williams-Girard dribbles in, goes for the layup and hits it, 64-42. Perez throws it to Mazzara. Mazzara hands it off to Perez. Perez dribbling up top, gives it over to Solom. Solom pulls up from 3, in and out, no good. Rebound Williams-Girard. Williams-Girard across half court, crosses over, dribbles in, awkward layup, no good. Rebound by Richards. Kicks it out to Miller. Miller decides to throw it up top to Olivier-Louis. Olivier-Louis from 3, hits it again. Aiden Olivier-Louis finding some fire here late in this one, 64-45. Hayes dribbling across half court, gives it to an open Perez, runs with it, kicks it out to the corner to Mazzara. Mazzara for 3, no good. Rebound Lutzenheiser. Lutzenheiser draws the foul on Perez. And we've now got some subs checking in for Brookline. Andrew Alexienko and Taj Horowitz come in, replacing Jalen Haynes and Jaden Mazzara. Inbound goes to Williams-Girard, who now gives it over to Miller. Miller hands it off to Olivier Louis. Another three from Olivier Louis, and he hits it again. 64-48, Aiden Olivier Louis hitting next level from deep this quarter. Devani Perez dribbling with it, trying to cross over. Pulls back for an awkward fadeaway, no good. Loose ball on the rebound, scrummed for, and Horowitz gets it away to Hayes. Now to Perez. Perez runs with it. Extra pass to Alexienko, and it looks like we got an offensive foul against Perez. And that'll be foul number 5 on Perez, as his foul on the other end was foul number 4, and so he has to check out with Jaden Mazzara coming back in. So in all likelihood, Perez will finish with 12 points today, as he leaves to the bench and is probably going to stay there with 5 fouls. Troy Miller now with the ball. Dribbling around, stepping in, goes for the layup, no good. Alexienko throws it ahead to Hayes. Hayes decides to pass, and it's intercepted by Olivier Louis. Olivier Louis pulls back from 3, no good this time. Gets his own rebound, passes over to an open Lutzenheiser. No good, rebound by Alexienko. The Magic had to end eventually from the 3-point line, and that possession was where that streak ended. Mikhail Hayes gives it over to Alexienko. Alexienko dribbles in, kicks it out to Solom. Solom swings it over to Mazzara. Mazzara dribbling around the pick, decides to give it over to Hayes. Hayes dribbling, crosses over, steps in, goes for an awkward layup, no good. Battle for the rebound. Hayes looking kind of hurt, holding his eye a bit as Cambridge working in transition. The shot, no good on the 3 ball from Miller. And we got a timeout, an injury timeout for Brookline, as Mikhail Hayes looks like he might have gotten poked in the eye. And certainly hope he's okay. So as the officials figure out the logistics of this injury timeout, I guess, looks like Brookline has brought Jack Stanton back into the game. As this is a technical free throw for Aiden Olivier Louis. He hits the first, 64-49. Maybe a technical foul called against Brookline as Olivier Louis hits the second. Lead has now been cut to 14. The Brookline lead has been cut in half. They were up by 28. As now it's swung around to Lutzenheiser, another 3, hits it and the foul. This was starting to look like an easy win for Brookline, and I think the announcer jinx is coming in as that foul is called against Taj Horowitz, his first team's 7th. A free throw here from Lutzenheiser cuts it down to a 10-point lead. Again, Brookline led by as many as 28 in this quarter. The free throw is good. It's a 10-point game, 64-54. Inbound to Horowitz. Horowitz hands it off to Mazzara. Cambridge is pressing, throw to Alexienko. Alexienko looking around, dribbles across half court. Does not hand off, stays dribbling with it, spins, back and down, goes for the fadeaway, no good. Horowitz, the putback, no good. Rebound collected by Williams-Girard. Now Miller with it, throws it over to Williams-Girard. Now over to Aiden Olivier Louis for 3 again, no good this time. Rebound collected by Horowitz. And they call Horowitz for traveling. You could tell Horowitz did not like that call as he now checks out for Zach Solom. And it looks like we got a timeout called. This is an interesting situation. There's only 1:55 left. So odds are still very much in Brookline's favor. But this has been an 18-point swing to go from a 28-point lead to a 10-point lead. You got to give credit to the Falcons. You know, they saw that big deficit, and they just kind of went for broke. Firing off 3 after 3, and they just started hitting. And they just didn't stop. And defensively, they weren't giving Brookline any easy looks. An absolutely wild sequence of events here in the fourth quarter. And Brookline has got to collect themselves and rediscover that poise and confidence and discipline that they had throughout most of this game so that they can finish strong here. Off the timeout, the inbound will come from Olivier Louis. Throws it into Lutzenheiser from 3 again. No good. Rebound. Putback is made by Remy Williams-Girard. 8-point game, and the ball is stripped away from Hayes. Recovered by Lutzenheiser. Poked away from him. And Lutzenheiser recovers. Ball lost out of bounds. Brookline ball. That was a wild sequence, but keep in mind, this is now a 3-basket game. Inbound to Mazzara, dribbling with it. Across half court. Still dribbling with it. Swings it into Alexienko. Alexienko holding it, turning around. Swings it over to Solom. Solom over to Hayes. Hayes. And we got an off-ball foul against Cambridge. That's going to be against Remy Williams-Girard. That'll be his 4th, team 3rd. 64-56. Solom looking for the inbound. Rifles one out to Alexienko. He's got a fresh 30 seconds to work with as he swings it over to Mazzara. Mazzara down low to Stanton. Stanton backing down. Awkward hook shot. No good. Fighting for the rebound, and it's won by Miller. Miller throws a pass ahead to Olivier Louis. He throws a pass, but not before drawing the foul. Alexienko a little too physical on that one. And this is the bonus, so it'll be a 1-and-1 for Aiden Olivier Louis. First foul of the day on Andrew Alexienko. 8th foul of the half for Brookline. Olivier Louis needs to hit both to cut this down to a 2-bucket game. First one is good. Second one is good. This is a 6-point game. 64-58. Zach Solom is looking hobbled. And they're going to call an injury timeout. Solom limping and hopping off of the floor. Oh, you don't want to see that. Brookline has now effectively lost both of its co-captains down the stretch of a game that is slipping away from them. They lost Devani Perez to fouls. Now Zach Solom to an injury. Mikhail Hayes back out on the floor. As Taj Horowitz looking for the inbound, gets it into Mazzara. They're now fighting against the press. Mazzara dribbling, loses the ball, recovers it, turns around, passes to Horowitz. Horowitz across half court, hands off to Mazzara. And a timeout is called by Brookline. 49 seconds left here in this one, and it's a 2-basket game. (64-58) the score here in the fourth quarter, as the Cambridge Falcons have decided to make this one interesting. This one was looking like a blowout early in this fourth quarter. Brookline led by as many as 28. Their lead now down to 6. (49 seconds). Taj Horowitz ready to inbound for Brookline. Throws it to Hayes. Hayes and wide open to the basket for the lay-in. Brookline needed that one badly. A great cut by Mikhail Hayes for an easy lay-in. Lutzenheiser running to the lane, and a foul is called against Stanton. Third foul on Jack Stanton, 9th on Brookline. Peter Lutzenheiser will be at the line shooting 2, his team down 8. Front rim's the first one, and that was a miss his team could not afford. 66-58 the score, 36.7 seconds left. Second free throw is good. Now a 7-point game, 66-59. Horowitz tries to inbound, it goes off someone's foot. And it went off Mazzara's foot. This will be Cambridge ball. .1 ticks left in this one. Lutzenheiser looking around, hands it off to Olivier Louis. But a timeout was called, I think by Cambridge, and that might have cost them an easy bucket, because it looked like Alexienko and Mazzara collided with each other, trying to defend the inbound, trying to seal off Olivier Louis, but they ended up taking each other out, and Olivier Louis looked like he was going to have a clear lane to the basket, but the timeout. (66-59) the Brookline lead. 36.1 seconds left in this one. Brookline already with 9 team fouls, 1 more, and it will be the double bonus for Cambridge. Meanwhile, the Falcons with plenty of fouls to give. They've only got 3 team fouls here in the second half. Looking for the inbound. They have to send it out to Miller. Miller turns around, hands it off to Lutzenheiser. Hand it off to Olivier Louis. Olivier Louis driving to the hoop, hits the layup. 66-61. Horowitz, quick inbound to Hayes. Hayes running with it, decides to run back, coming around, throws a pass across to Mazzara. Mazzara trying not to get trapped. And a timeout is called by Brookline before the jump ball can be forced. 66-61, a 2-bucket game, 14.2 seconds left in this one. This one really coming down to the wire. In a way that was really unexpected. The score at one time was 62-34. Now the score is 66-61. Darren Golden asking what happened to Devani. The answer is he got 5 fouls. And so he's been sitting on the bench for the past few minutes. And then Zach Solom, the other co-captain, came limping off the court. So Brookline without both of their captains here. Inbound to Alexienko, thrown back to Horowitz. Horowitz to Mazzara. Mazzara pulls back and gets trapped, but this time is fouled. Mazzara managed to just barely hold on to the ball to draw a foul. 4th for Cambridge, 1st of the day for Aiden Olivier Louis. 9.3 seconds now left. Brookline trying to run off the last of this clock. Horowitz looking around, throws it, a heave, and a foul. That one was basically pass interference against Remy Williams-Girard, and that will be his 5th, so he'll probably be coming off. As Horowitz was trying to float it into Alexienko, and Williams-Girard was just trying to face him up. And so Williams-Girard will check out now with his 5th foul. That will also be the 5th team foul this half. Horowitz now looking for the inbound, throws it into Alexienko. Alexienko holding it and draws another quick foul. The last seconds ticking away here. Now we're at just 7 even as Cambridge is running out of time as they had honestly too many fouls to give coming into this. Inbound now to Mazzara and another foul. 5.7 seconds left now as I think that one makes it 7. That one will put him in the bonus. That was foul number 4 against Peter Lutzenheiser. And Jaden Mazzara will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. First free throw is good. 6 points now on the day for Mazzara, and he gets to shoot his 2nd free throw to try and make this a 3-bucket game. Second one is good. That should seal it. Santiago inbounds to Lutzenheiser, runs the floor. He's got to put up a shot. Passes back to Santiago, fires from 3. No good, and it didn't matter. The final score here at Cambridge Ringe and Latin School. The Brookline High Warriors 68, the Cambridge Falcons 61. Brookline remains undefeated, improves to 8-0 on the season. But at the same time, even with this win, there's a lot of things that they're going to need to talk about in between this and their next game, which is currently scheduled for Friday at home against Braintree. Again, they led by as many as 28. and they almost saw that lead entirely vanish. You know the coaches are going to be talking to them about that in practice, about what they have to do to, like this seemed like it was going to be a signature blowout win, and now it seems like it's going to be a wake-up call kind of game. Like, we cannot keep blowing these big leads, because eventually one's going to catch up with us. That, to me, feels like the message coming out of a game like this. But regardless, as they say, a win is a win, and this is a win, 68-61 the final. Going through Brookline's individual stats, Andrew Alexeyenko leads the way with 20 points. Devani Perez second on the team with 12. Zach Solom next on the list with 10, and certainly hope he's okay after he came off the court kind of hobbled. And an impressive showing from the bench, Jalen Haynes with 9 points, Jaden Mazzara with 7. Jack Stanton and Mikhail Hayes rounded out the starting lineup with 4 points each. And Taj Horowitz rounded out the scoring with 2. So that's going to do it from here at Cambridge Ringen Latin School. Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Once again, if you enjoyed the broadcast, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. If you're watching this after the fact, leave your comments in the comments section. You check out the description section of this video to find information on our paying sponsors, Music Go Round and Harvest Wealth Management, 2 very nice local businesses that provide some pretty good services. The Brookline Food Pantry, a local charity doing a lot of good, could always use as much support as it can get. You can also find information about me, my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about my services, what I do, and how you can commission me for your favorite team. My email address, if you just want to contact me directly, is in the description as well, jgms88@gmail.com, as well as a link to my Instagram account where I typically post highlights from a lot of the games that I stream the next day. And on that note, we're going to call it a night. For the last time, the finals, Brookline 68, Cambridge 61. Brookline holds off the furious comeback in the fourth and remains undefeated at 8-0. From Cambridge Ringen Latin School in Cambridge, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.